Jeanette. Good morning. How are we doing this morning, guys? Top of the morning to you. Okay, have you got yourself a mat? Grab yourself a mat if you've got one, or if you've got like carpeted floors, that's probably cool. A blanket, a towel, anything with a little bit of cushioning. Closing the door over. Hey Raj! How are we all this morning? So this morning, guys, we're going to do a really nice. Oh yeah, they are. Right, the comments aren't coming through on there, but I'm going to just have a look on here. Morning, Lucy. Morning, Kerry. Oh well, he's not doing too bad. He's going to the vet today. He's going to the vet today, Kerry, because he's still got bad bellies. So it's been going on now since Friday. He's all right in himself, but he definitely needs a trip to the vet, I think. Oh, okay, cool, Raj. I will see you later. Right, I'm going to leave that there so I can see comments. But let's get started. Okay, so just start in a seated position. So it's a wake up yoga this morning. So we're going to focus on waking up our bodies, waking up our digestive system, waking up our blood flow, our blood pressure, everything. We're just going to focus on waking the whole body up, all of our body systems and our mind and our physical body. So we're going to focus on all of that stuff this morning. It's going to be really lovely. See you in combat, Raj. So we're going to do a really nice floor this morning. Well, a few floors. It's not going to be a super long class. It's going to be very much about focusing on waking us up and getting us ready for the day and feeling awake as well. So that's the other part. We're going to feel awake at the end of this. So just start in a nice seated position, shoulders relaxed and back, and just let it go. So the first thing we're going to do is you're nice and upright, your shoulders are back, your chest is lifted. And I just want you to take a really deep breath in. So let's take a deep breath in through our diaphragm. And then hold the breath for just a moment and then let the air out. So we're breathing through our diaphragm, so right underneath, breathing, lifting that chest. So again, take a nice deep breath in through the diaphragm, hold it for a second, and then push the air out. Good. Now just give your head a little side because your neck tends to get really tight on an evening. So just go in all directions to start with, nice and slowly, because we do get very tight when we sleep. Now just give it a little bit more. Now we're going to do this again at the end, and you're going to feel the difference at the beginning to the end of the length in your neck. So your neck is one thing that really does get tight through the night. It's one thing that's really nice to stretch out. And then just lift and just drop your head forward. Now push into the back of your neck. So push your chin back. And then push the chin high. Good. Now just circle that head around. Give it a little circle forward to the side, circle to the far side. Beautiful. Take nice deep breaths as you do it. Now bring your head to the centre, guys. Just take your arms out to the side. I just want you to reach over. Now as you reach over, make sure your bum stays on the floor. So both seat bones on the floor. We're just stretching down through the side here and just getting a bit of lateral movement before we get started fully into the workout. That's it. So lateral bend. Keep both seat bones on the floor. That's it. Now take your arms behind. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and lift that chest. Keep on breathing, nice deep breaths. So throughout the workout, you know what to do. Keep on breathing, stay in a nice controlled state with the breath and drop forward. So really try and control your breathing, control the rate at which you breathe, and make sure, especially when we get into deep stretches, that you inhale and exhale deeply on both. Now as you've come forward here, you should feel right around the top of your upper back, the bottom of your upper back here, so your lower back should feel that stretching nicely. We're going to do a little bit more on the back later on. Okay, now when you're ready, come around onto your knees. Come around to your knees. So you want to take your knees under your hips, hands under shoulders. Now just take a deep breath in, and you're just going to pull your tailbone under, round your spine, look down towards your belly button, and tuck your tailbone under, and try and get as much length as you can through that back, and then let it drop. And again, breathe in, push up through that spine, round it out. So get as much length as you can, bring that tailbone under, and then let it go. Breathe in, let's go once more. Really arch that back. That's it, arch your back. Oh, thank you, Kerry. Thank you for the best wishes of Arthur. He seems alright in himself, so hopefully after today's trip to the vet, he'll feel much better, hopefully. Now tuck your toe and lift your hips and just push back into those heels. Okay, so you want to be pushing your palms down, guys, lifting your hips nice and high, and then driving your heels to the floor. Again, we're still quite cold here. Our muscles are not awake fully, and we're going to get there through this class. But just for now, don't over push yourself. If you feel like there's this strong tension, don't over push yourself, okay? So these socks here, I'm wearing socks today. I never wear socks for yoga. I'm only wearing them because it's an early morning class. But these are great. These are from, you know, the trampoline place, and they have like sticky bits on the bottom. And if you ever want to wear socks for yoga, these are ideal because they've got like little sticky things on the bottom so you don't slip. Now just slowly walking your feet. Walk your feet and push those heels down. So just slowly alternating the heel lift. And as you lift one heel, drive the other down. So just really pedaling through those heels. And breathe. Good. Now hold your feet still and just bend both your knees. Sit back. Let your hips drop towards your heels. And then lift and push those heels back. And again, we're just going to bend those knees, drop our hips down, and then push up and back. Breathe. And again, guys, bend your knees. Let your hips drop towards your heels. Good. Now lift and push down. Nice deep breaths. Once more. Good. Starting to wake those quads up. Waking the hips, waking the lower back. Now just slowly drop your knees down. Relax your feet and sit back. Lengthen your arms out. So walk your hands forward. Now, walking your hands as far as you can, and then let your chest fall through the centre to try and really open those shoulders up. Good. Now lift your hips and come to all fours. Take a nice deep breath. Now, it doesn't matter which side you start with. Take one hand, palm to the sky. You're going to go through the gap of the opposite arm and take your shoulder to the floor as low as you can, and then let your body relax. Have we got any, is anybody pregnant who's in class this morning? Just so I can give you alternatives if you need it. Let me know. Good, now slowly lift and change side. So palm up and then slowly thread through and drop your shoulders to the floor. And slowly come back through. Now, keeping your onto all fours, keeping your hips lifted, you're going to walk your hands forward as far as they can go. You're going to drop your head down to the floor. Now, as you do this, again, we're stretching into those shoulders. So let your chest fall forward as well. Let your head come down and let your whole body just relax down onto it. You should feel a stretch moving right through your armpit up towards your shoulders. And slowly rise, walking your hands back. Good. Okay, when you're ready guys, tuck your toes, lift back to downward facing dog. So push your heels down, keep your hips up and lifted, and push your chest forward. So our body should be starting to feel a bit more awake now. We've woken the shoulders, the back a little bit more, the hamstrings, and everything like that. Now we're going to move a little bit more into the hips and into our chest and the front of our body, so our front torso. Now we're going to slowly move forward, and you're just going to drop your knees to the floor. Now, if you're pregnant, you don't have to go all the way down for this, okay? So don't worry about going all the way down. Just go about halfway and then lift up. So if you're pregnant, go halfway and then just let your hips drop here, okay? If you do want to go lower, you're going to slowly go down through your body, so come flat to the floor, but only if you want to. Then you're going to pull your shoulder blades together, squeeze your bum, and you're going to lift with that chest. Now as you lift with the chest, you're going to push hips down, pull your shoulders back, okay? So it's really important, pull your shoulders back. Don't sink in like this. You want to lift your chest, stay proud. Now take a really deep breath in and look up to the sky. So feel a lovely stretch moving right through the lower abdominals into the front of the hips. Good. Now lift those hips and release. Good work. And just walking your hands back. Okay, so I was going to do this laid now front. But I know there's a couple of people who are pregnant in the group, so if they are going to do this on catch up, or if you're in the class now, I'm going to do just a different option for you today, okay? So I was going to lay down, we're going to do some chest work to stretch our chest out. But we can do it seated, so we'll do that. If you want to sit on your bum, you absolutely can, okay? So if you're uncomfortable on your knees, sit down onto your bum as well. Now take your arms behind, lace your fingers, shoulder blades together. Now you're going to push down and away from the body to start with. Now let your head drop forward and instantly you should feel a nice stretch moving through the back of the neck. Now we're going to slowly lift our arms up, and as you lift your arms you should feel that stretch moving through the front of your shoulders here. So first of all the shoulders. Now lift your chest up and feel the stretch through the chest. Continue to lift your arms as high as you can. Now slowly, guys, just let your body drop forward and let your arms come as far away as they can. Keep pulling your arms up and away, guys. And then slowly lift your body back up. That's it. Now release your arms and just go forward and back with your shoulders. Now take a deep breath in, rise up. So you might have done this at the end of a class when we do a tricep stretch. I'll just face in so you can see. So it's like this. Now this is your level 1, okay? So that arm that's up at the top, the one that's pushing down is still free. So push the arm down. Now that one, try and come around and lace the fingers together like this, okay? So if you can reach the fingers, give it a go. If you can't, just keep pushing down on the elbow, okay? Now once you're in this position, you then want to push your chest forward and breathe. Push and breathe. And release and change sides. Now bring your arm over now first, push down on it. Okay, now if this is enough for you, stay with this level. If you want a little bit more, bring your arm around. Grab those fingers if you can, and then once you're in position, push that chest forward and breathe. And release. Oh, so good, so good. Okay, now back up onto all fours for me. Just tuck your toes and lift back to downward dog. So we're just gonna keep going back to downward dog. It just gives us that nice release through the back of the body, and it just gives us a moment of calm before we move on, okay? So just breathe, release, really push your chest forward, guys. Think about pushing that chest forward as much as you can. Now drop your knees to the floor. Walk your hands back and bring one leg forward. Good. Now, getting into position, just stretching into your hip flexor. So first things first, bend that knee at 90, and then you want to push the front of the body forward. So the front here, we're going to push forward and sink in, okay? So breathe and sink. Now once you're in position, I want you to rise through and look up to the sky. Now you should feel a really beautiful stretch right through the hip flexor, all the way moving through the front of the body into the abdominals. And just look up to the sky, elevate that stretch. Breathe into it, guys. Now bring your hands to prayer, come down. Good, now we're gonna just look over the bent knee. Good, now the opposite arm to leg, you're going to cross the arm over, and then you're going to open the other arm and pull it back. So really pulling this shoulder back here and getting a nice squeeze and a twist through the torso. That's going to help with the digestive system, waking it up and getting it ready for the day. Oh, that's a nice stretch. Good. Now come center, bring your hands to prayer, and again, push up. And extend that front leg, let your body drop forward, and just feel a beautiful stretch moving down the back of that hamstring. Now if you can, push your toes down to the floor. We're going to transition from here into swan pose. So slowly just bend that knee. Now the front leg, just walk it across and place it down. Okay, good. Okay, so now in this position, your leg is forward like so, your back leg is long, okay? Now, this position is challenging for some people. It's on your hips, okay? Especially when it's a bit earlier, our bodies aren't fully awake. Now, if you want to, just drop onto your seat bone like this and bend that back knee a little bit more, and then do everything else the same, okay? So if this is your level, this is your level. There's no shame in taking a lower route if it feels better for your body. Now, shoulders back, chest lifted. And take the deepest breath in, everyone. And as you exhale, I want you just to let your body drop forward. And just let everything relax and release down and rest. Good. Now when you're ready, guys, walking the hands back. And then tuck that toe, lift up and push down. Push back to downward facing dog. So hips high, heels down, chest pushing forward and through the center. Deep breaths. Now in your own time, you want to drop those knees to the floor once more. Now walk your hands back. You're going to bring the other leg forward. So bring the other leg forward here. Okay, so first of all, starting at 90 degrees with that leg. And then again, we're going to push forward into the front of the body here. And this is such a nice stretch on the morning. So just slowly pushing forward and rising through. Oh, I had a little clunk there. Now, can we breathe into it? Inhale, and as you exhale, see if you can just accentuate that stretch through the hip flexor. I don't know about you, but my body is definitely feeling more awake, in a good way. Now, bringing your hands to prayer, come down through the center. Now you're going to look towards the bent knee. Now opposite arm, cross the leg, and then same arm as the front leg, you're going to pull back and twist. Oh, this is such a nice stretch. So really pull the arm back, guys. Lengthen out from the shoulder and try and keep pulling away and getting a really nice stretch. So this is nice for all the vessels in your back, really squeezes the spine. It gets the digestive system waking up. And release, push up. Oh, so good. And extend that leg. Oh, that feels nice. So we're going to have our electrical system as well. So we've got like we've got a nerve, we've got a whole system of nerve endings in our body. It's kind of like an electrical system. And by giving them a little squeeze, it just gets the blood flow to them and wakes them up. So twists are lovely because they give them that little squeeze that they need to wake up. Now just bend that knee and then walk it across and place it down. Now get into this. Remember, the option, if you need it, is to sit on your bum and do everything else the same. And you still get a nice stretch. Again, there's no shame in it, so do that if you need to. Now walking your hands back and just lift that chest up nice and proud. Now take a deep breath in, everyone. And as you exhale, let's walk down. Let your body fall. Good work, guys. Now walking your hands back. Lift, tuck your toes, lift back to downward dog. Good. Now, slowly, we're just going to walk our hands back towards our feet and let your body hang. So you should have a nice length through your body. We're only going to do a little bit of standing work and then we're going to come back down to the floor to finish, okay? So nice and slowly, I want you to roll up through your spine, take as much time as you need. So first going through the lower back, then working slowly through the centre of your spine, then up to your shoulders. Your head is last. Good. Now go wide with your legs, as wide as you can. Now this move, this is one of my absolute favourite stretches, and it's just so good because it releases your lower back completely. It's such a lovely, lovely, lovely stretch. Also gets the blood coming to your brain to get the day started, so you're ready to think and do all the things you need to do. So take a nice deep breath in. Bring your hands to prayer at the top, relax your shoulders. And now as you exhale, you're just going to drop your body through the centre. Oh, more clunks there. Clunk, clunk, clunk. I'm clunking all over the place this morning. So let your body hang nice and heavy. Let your arms just hang. Good. So everything should become nice and heavy. Allow your upper body to become heavy. Allow everything just to fall through the centre. And don't put any pressure on yourself. Any pressure to hold yourself up. Just let your body hang out here. And just hold it there for a second for me. Stay with it. Getting as low as you can. And this is just such a gorgeous release on your lower back. There's just nothing like it. It's so lovely. Now we're just going to walk our hands forward. And then all I want you to do is push back into our hips. Into your hamstrings, your hips. And just lengthen as much as you can. Let your head fall through the centre. And take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. And release. Now walk your hands back. Now take a deep breath through your core, guys. So I want you to really breathe through your core here. So take a deep breath in. A really deep core breath from the stomach. And then let it go. And let your body hang. Now, when you're ready, guys, all I want you to do is just walk your feet in, come into forward bend once more, and then make your way back to the floor. So just drop your knees forward and take a seat. So whichever way works best for you, just make your way to the floor, and I'll wait for you here. Okay, so just lengthen your legs out in front. Okay, another really nice stretch for blood flow and for digestion is the leg twist. Okay, so I want you to take one leg on top of the other. Hey, gorgeous. Arthur's on his back looking very cute. Now I want you to take the opposite arm to leg and you're going to wrap it around. Now once that's done, lift your chest up, pull your shoulder back and round, and then place it behind and lift your chest and look to the back. Now this is a really nice one. Gives the organs a little squeeze, so get your organs waking up, flowing, getting everything working in order. So a really nice thing on a morning, because your organs can be a bit sluggish when you first wake up. Your whole body is not awake fully yet, and it's been working hard through the night and then resting. So when you first go to sleep, your body works hard to do all the things, the repair and the recovery, the digestion, all the things that need doing. And then as you get into the early hours of the morning, your body goes into a different kind of state and your body slows down. So this is a really nice way to gently wake it up and get it working again. And release. Good. Now change legs. So let's give those organs a little squeeze on this side. Wrap your arm around, pull your shoulder back and down, keep your chest up and look behind. Another thing, again, it's giving that spine a little twist, which again is squeezing up the spine, all those little systems and waking them up. So again, it's really nice for blood flow. Oh, that's a nice feel. That's lovely. Good, and release. Now just take your legs out, give them a little wiggle, and bring the flats of the feet together. So just bring the feet together, pull them in a little bit. So again, don't put pressure on yourself. There's no need this morning. We're focusing on waking our body up, and we're not putting pressure on it. We're not driving ourselves into positions or anything that we can't do, okay? So don't worry. Some people's knees are up here, some people's knees are touching the floor. Neither is wrong. They're both just your capability. Now cover your toes. Breathe in. I just want you to slowly pull down through the centre and pulling that chest forward. You should feel a nice stretch through the lower back here. So again, just pull it forward, opening up the lower back. And breathe. And release. Good. Lengthen those legs out once more and just give them a little jingle jingle. Now come to a cross-legged position. Okay, if you don't want to sit cross-legged, you can sit with your legs out. That's absolutely fine, whichever suits you best, okay? Now pull your shoulders back and take your head over to one side. And now just pull down that shoulder. You should feel a bit more length through the side of your neck now. And switch. Good. Now just let your head roll forward, circle. Now push that chin up to the sky. And then pull the chin back towards your neck. Now everyone, let's take a deep breath in. Breathe in. Inhale deeply through the body. Then slowly exhale. And again, inhale. Breathe through your diaphragm. Inhale, expand your chest, expand your stomach. Hold the breath for a moment. Exhale, release. And relax. Good work, guys. Well done. Oh, just let it go, let it go. Well done, guys. How are we feeling? Do we feel more awake? I definitely feel better for getting started with a nice gentle stretch this morning. Oh, hey, Sue. Oh, no worries. We'll catch up. I'm going to post it in just a few minutes, so feel free to do it now and catch up on it. It's just a really nice, gentle wake-up stretch this morning, getting all our body systems awake and ready for the day. He's doing all right. He's doing all right. He's going to the vet today at 2 o'clock. We've got an appointment at 2. He's all right in himself. He's just his belly's just really, really off. I think he must have ate something that I haven't seen him eat, and it sent his belly off. But luckily, he's still playing, he's eating, he's drinking, everything else. Oh, yes, great, amazing, Lucy. That's so good, Laura. I'm so glad you feel, I feel really good as well. I'm ready to start the day now. Oh, guys, I'm really glad you enjoyed it. I'm really glad you enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing it with you this morning. It was a really nice way to start the day. So I hope you feel nice and fresh, nice and relaxed. Your body feels awake. You're ready to go and get started with your day. Thank you for taking part this morning, and thank you everybody for asking after my little man. yeah, it's been a rough weekend for him, to be honest. It's not been very nice at all. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Oh, thank you so much, guys. I'm going to be back at 10:45 with capoeira. So it's going to be a little combat capoeira. It's going to be a nice, fun class this later on this morning. So feel free to join me for that. If not, we've got Helen in tonight for an amazing dance class. You're going to have an absolute blast with her. We're going to have, it's such a week this week. We've got so many good classes this week, so don't be missing them. But guys, have a great day, and I will see you either later on this morning or Thursday for a hardcore morning.